Well, of all people, Jeranism decided to start talking about shadows and stuff, and is apparently of the opinion that you cannot have both Umbra and Penumbra and parallel light at the same time. Without realizing, man, this applies to every shadow. Every single shadow. Let's do this.
So what you're seeing on the screen now is simply some little examples of that, and we zoomed in here, and you can see that those lines are hitting the Earth parallel or perpendicular to the surface.
No. Those lines are not perpendicular to the surface of the Earth. Those lines are perpendicular to the axis of the planet. But you know, who wants to quibble over details? Next.
And you can do it with a smaller sun too. I'm just pointing that out here, that it doesn't have to be bigger than the Earth, or it can be smaller from that perspective. Doesn't matter. We're just showing that light travels across and hits the Earth.
Well, you could do this with a smaller sun, and it would still create umbra and penumbra. However, then you would have skewed the results to make the observations of the lunar eclipse longer, and the full solar eclipse visible to a much larger portion of the Earth.
Now we're going to look at a solar eclipse, and that's when the moon is in orbit and it blocks the sun, or when it's on the backside of the Earth, and they say that at that time the Earth blocks the light, and then that's why we see a lunar eclipse. So that's the accepted beliefs and the accepted model.
Yes, we all know how the solar eclipse and the lunar eclipse work, something which Flat Earth has yet to conclusively explain on any of their models.
But now we're looking at a solar eclipse, and we're going to see exactly how they draw for us the umbra and the penumbra. So go ahead and go to any site that shows you how these shadows work with the eclipse or the lunar eclipse, and you'll see lines drawn like this from the top edge there of the sun down, meeting with the outer edge of the Earth, and so forth and so on, and you have a problem.
What problem?
And does anybody know what that problem is?
Is the problem that you don't know how to read your own diagram, or you just don't know how shadows work?
It should be kind of obvious that when they show us eclipses, they show the sun rays going at angles.
Yep, because the sun is a visible object, and we can see the whole thing.
You can see here that these are clearly not parallel rays.
From that distance or scale? Of course not.
Why is it that science can invoke these different phenomena only when needed by these particular scientists?
Oh, you mean like flat earthers invoking the artistic technique of perspective and vanishing point to answer their questions in a physical world, right? Science does not invoke stuff to explain this. You could do it on your desk.
Are the rays hitting us parallel, or are they not?
Parallel from each location on the sun, yes.
Because now you've backed yourself into a corner yet again, NASA.
Oh my God. NASA? Really? You mean to tell me that we've only had shadows since the 50s?
You have a choice to make. You can't have both.
Yes, we can.
So which one is it? Is it the lunar eclipses are what we were taught? Or does the sun come in and hit the Earth in parallel rays?
Yes, and yes.
All right, up next we have the lunar eclipse. So looking at another picture, same thing. This time now, the Earth has gotten away, according to mainstream science, and blocking light to the sun. But again, when we draw the lines that we see, we'll notice that they have again created quite a big conundrum for themselves.
Oh, you mean like the previous conundrum that you failed at?
So again, all you have to do is just look at the screen here and see what they've done from the rays that are coming off the sun. They are crisscrossing, they are going at angles. How can that be possible if the sun rays hit the Earth parallel?
Because the sun is not a single point of light, you idiot. It's also the reason why flat earthers claim that the sun is, 25, 35 miles across? Because it's not a single point of light. It is a light-emitting object.
So you'll see what they do when they need it to be parallel. They say that the sunlight is parallel. When they need to invoke an umbra and a penumbra, then and only then do they now say that the sun rays do come in at angles.
And applies to every shadow.
The summary from this video is that if rays from the sun are parallel, then eclipses do not cause two shadow types like the umbra and the penumbra. Therefore, something is up there.
No, that's wrong.
The second bullet point is if rays do come in at all angles, then the Aristophanes experiment and test and the belief that the rotundity of the Earth could be measured the same way are all out the window.
Nope.
And the third and final bullet point, and that last bullet point is only one can be true, and whichever stays means the other fact must go.
They're both the same thing. Umbra and penumbra are the result of the size of the sun. The parallel rays, which they're actually not 100% parallel, they are like a fraction of a degree off, are due to the distance of the sun. But what you're purposely trying to do is get your viewers to believe that your diagram is to scale. And as far as an eclipse being played live on a screen for an audience who otherwise wouldn't be able to see it due to the weather, what point are you exactly trying to make? People cheer at a screen when a team gets a touchdown. There are countless photos, and I'm sure quite a number of videos, from folks who were actually able to witness the eclipse that you're talking about. So exactly, really, what point are you making? And I'm not even going to go into how stupid your Jeopardy thing was, because the answers of flat earthers would have been somewhere between perspective, light bending, and light reflecting off the dome. I don't know. So Jeranism, you can do all these things at home. You can do all these things with simple objects. Umbra and Penumbra are not an illusion. They're not something that mainstream science wants you to believe, because mainstream dumbasses like you say that they don't exist. Okay? You can go ahead and prove me wrong, but you won't. This is probably why you didn't answer back when I explained all this to you at the bottom of your video. And all the rest of the dumbasses that are below that video saying, oh yeah, good work, and oh, I love it. All you idiots. Oh my God. Really? I mean, this stuff is not tough, man. It really isn't. One of the commenters down there was Dearth, and he said this. Now, I tried to remind Dearth that in his kitchen video, he's actually displaying Umbra and Penumbra right there. But then stereotypical foul-mouthed cronies of Flat Earth decided to get all over that, and Dearth, of course, never responded because, you know, he's too good for that. And to be honest with you, I'm a little bit surprised that Jeranism has even gone as far as to make a video about this. And the reason why I find that surprising, in all honesty, is because of all the crap that Jeranism talks. Something as simple as this, really, something as simple as this, if he gets something this simple wrong while claiming that he's right, then what else is this guy lying to you about? I mean, really, this video has thousands of views and almost 1,000 likes, which is questionable if that's actually real people or not. This is just about shadows. It's not about flat Earth or globe Earth. This is just about shadows. And if you can get something this simple wrong, then exactly what are you right about? Y'all have a nice day.
Oh my God.